Okay, starting a new clip from this area that's rather chilly, even though we're basically just over 1 week into May and we're about 10 or 11 days into the wet after 4 inches of heavy rain about 10 or 11 days ago, followed by 2 just general rains, and we're due for another heavy-ish rain, they say, tomorrow, which is I'll be trapped inside sorting seed for Gideon and Ross, because I've done Sean. Sean's gone out the door today, all filmed and packed off and filmed, and bits will be going up online shortly. I've got a ton of seed, fellas. If you want something similar, all I want in return is what I like in the seed package is an interesting DVD from your side of the world. Surprise me, something that you like yourself, or you would like me to watch or something. Something that's been on your TV that we don't get in Australia, something like that. And just your common seed that's common in your area, like if you've got rotundifolia or Pinguicula vulgaris or grandiflora, lusitanica, something like that. Your common anglica. What's the other one? There's 3 species, British species. Is it longifolia? I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting old now, starting to forget things, but what have you got? And maybe pygmy, gemmy and paraffin if it takes off, if we're allowed to do it. I don't know, we'll have to see. You know, be cautious about that. The rule for Australia is seed only. Cleaned seed, cleaned label seed, cleaned fully labelled seed. In other words, if you just put pygmia, it'll be rejected. If you put just Drosera, it'll be rejected. It has to be clean seed. You know, you got to clean it. Yeah, I mean clean. That means there's no sand, no frass, no nothing. You've seen my videos, you know how tough it can be, and you've got to be fully labelled like it's Drosera pygmia, and usually up to date. If there's an alternative name, you may have to put that as well. But Drosera hookerii has been published, so I just chose hookerii because it's recently been published. So, you know, they should be up with that. Well, that's work done by Robert Gibson, my friend Robert Gibson, who's touted to write the monograph on the genus Drosera. I expect he's going to run that through Stuart McPherson, just like I'm probably going to do the ecology side of things, which was our bet and promise to each other about 20, oh geez, probably more than 20 years ago now. When was he here? 1990, I think it was. Yeah, so it's 24 years ago. Yeah, 24 years ago. Amazing how time flies. Yeah. Anyway, just a quick squeeze. Oh, it's getting a little bit cooler. I reckon 2 or 3 degrees. We just dropped then. Down in my leg zone anyway. So that's another 2 or 3 degrees. And we haven't even got to the coldest nights. You know, the coldest nights are usually the first 2 weeks of August. The past 2 years and this year they come early. And this year they come early and they've been really cold. As I said, what was it? Last Friday, or was it the Friday before? Within the last 10 days anyway, it was after the first 4 days, wasn't it? I was talking about the first 4 days. So it must have been after the first 4 days. We had a day when at 11:30 in the morning it was 9 degrees. So that's pretty spectacular for this time of the year, when we usually get the coldest nights in the first 2 weeks of August. So May, June, July, August, you know, it's like 3 months early basically. And when I say the coldest nights, it's usually around about, you know, goes down near 0 degrees on the Adelaide Plain. It can go below 0 degrees up in the foothills, but on the Adelaide Plain it hardly ever goes lower than 0 degrees. The last time water froze on the Adelaide Plain was the winter of the year John Lennon got shot, so that was 1980. I remember riding to school in some shorts after having just seen frozen water in a one of these white ice cream containers frozen overnight. So I think that's it, fellas. I'll just go down and have a squiz. Just a quick squiz to see if I can see any remnants of a banana stand or colony or something, considering there is that evergreen vegetation there, but yeah. Well, there's definitely lots of that sort of stuff down there. I mean, considering I've been doing all this packing and staying up late at night to do it, and I need to do some more packing tomorrow, and I can see some blackberry. Maybe they sprayed for the blackberry before. Oh, hang on, what have I seen? Hang on, there's some black sort of stalky stuff. Don't know. No, but I don't think banana gets that sturdy, does it? No, I wouldn't have thought so. If I could see a patch of red or something, red fronds or something, I'd go and investigate. But you'd have to get across there, which means you have to go up and around and down sort of thing. So maybe that's, as with all these sites, it's basically the first time you hear it's a look-see recce, and then the second and third time you're getting your bearings and finding out where everything is situated, and and then you start planning things, finding and planning. But today I think it's just a look-see recce, fellas. You know how it works. You've seen all the other clips. I'll probably go and hit the the Google pages if we can get my bloody internet back up at full speed, and just sort of Google this sort of area and see if the word Bernarda comes up or something like that. I mean, and I'll Google some of the evergreen swamp vegetation names, and if they pop up, well, it might lead me to some paper that says something's out here or something, or tell me what roughly is out here. Maybe that's the way. Anyway, I think this is the end of this clip, and I think today is basically just trying out the camera on the top of the car, basically. As I said, I'm a bit buggered. I've done all that seed sorting, and the grid, I thought the grid was bad enough, but that bloody pygmia thing, Mincara seed, oh my god. Thank God I didn't do it in the height of summer as I was proposing to do. Oh, fuck, that was hard. It was worse than the grid, trying to run the seeds off and not get the sand to go as well. Oh. Sean, I hope when you look at those, it doesn't look like much. It's like those Gemmy. It doesn't look like much, but I counted, I reckon, 150. So you got 150 seeds, and they germinate so readily at Mincara that you ought to get something out of them. As I said, you only need a few plants, and once you can actually probably take one. If you put them in separate pots, you could get one pot and shove it in the fridge and induce it to form Gemmy, and then you'll have 50, suck them off, another 50, suck them off, and you'll have 200 Gemmy to grow on and spread around, sell if you need to get some money. Maybe you want to put it into a buy Richard a 1-to-1 wide angle lens fund, or buy Richard a 2,800 Canon camera body that goes with the 1,800 wide 1-to-1 wide angle lens, and then you'll get true high definition. And I'll stick it on the car. I'll do that, high definition, and maybe go over to Western Australia and film the Stirling Range and all the plants over there, and you'll be able to sit there in your lounge room with high definition. Why don't you fly over and come and do it with me? I mean, but then again, you've gone through the GFC, and yeah, it's time to start a new clip, isn't it? I've been gas bagging too much.